October 29th, 7:41 a.m. in the morning. Today is a bucket list hike day. I left my house at 3:40 a.m. this morning and drove for 3 hours to get here. A little ambitious of a drive for just a day hike. It's a round trip, about 12 miles. But I knew that it was going to be super busy with the color change. From what I could tell on the drive up, it seems like we're probably on the back side of the peak change now. But just from looking out the windows, I think we're going to be just fine on color. After my drive, I got here around 6:30. I had an hour to kill before it really started getting daylight. Everybody else was already starting to walk, but I wanted to wait so I could actually get the full experience of seeing the trail entirely without having to hike in the dark. I'm sure they're hiking up for sunrise, but it'll be fine. The views will be worth it. So I took an hour nap and just getting ready to get moving here. And just see the sun coming up there. Barely pink hues in the sky. Some colors up on the side of the hills over there. A little bit of color here in the front. Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine. I think the majority of this hike is probably going to be shot POV. There are tons of people here. The main parking lot was already full when I got here. I had to park in some of the overflow. There's people just parking wherever they can get. So I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of stopping to set up for shots and stuff with how many people are going to be coming through. Now, I've read that the majority of people will just hike up to the bluffs, and then after that, they turn around and come back. My goal is to hike all the way to the lodge, Mount LeConte Lodge, and then on around the lodge to Myrtle Point. It was 59 degrees when I left my house. It is currently 40 along this creek, and the temperatures seem to be dropping pretty quickly. Well, so far I've been lucky enough to have the trail to myself. Just kind of worked out where I fell in line. They're moving a little faster ahead of me, and the people behind me are moving a little slower. I passed one or two people on the way up, going up, but I haven't passed anybody coming down yet. So I imagine once we get up here to the bluffs is where everybody's gonna be hanging out. think this is what they're calling Arches Rock. That was really cool.
Little bitty hole goes through the through the mountain.
Right.
You'll see it. Once you see it, you go, oh.
Well, I think I made it up near the bluffs, but we have definitely been doing some climbing. Trail counter, it says. I guess just seeing how many people pass every day. We should be coming up on the bluffs any minute now. I've got to be bumping over 2 miles at this point. Still haven't been real crowded on the trail. There's been a couple pockets here or there that I've had to work through, but not enough to make it a miserable experience yet. We'll see as the day goes. There's a lot of people out here. (9:10). Just left ALUM Cave Bluffs, headed for LeConte Lodge, 2.7 miles. At this pace, I should roll in around 11. I ate some gummies and a pack of crackers. Kind of bring my energy level back up a little. And it started getting super crowded, so time for me to go. Quick update. I'm about half a mile or something like that to the LeConte Lodge. Really, the trail hasn't been all that bad from the bluffs up. It is rated as moderate, and I will say it's at least moderate, maybe somewhere in between moderate and hard. My brain and my legs tell me I can keep going at a certain pace, but my out of shape breathing tells me no, you got to stay at a lower pace. So I find myself moving along fast and slowing down, moving along fast and slowing down. That's what happens when you don't hike all summer. Do this every year, hike all through the winter, get in good shape, don't hike through the summer, and then start over again in the next fall season. It is what it is. Also, I'm not really sure where all the people are. The parking lot was slam packed full,
and I haven't seen a lot of people. Nowhere near the amount of the cars that's in the parking lot. Closer we get to the top, the more views we have. These are pretty spectacular. And I can only imagine what the views from the lodge are going to be. That's one thing about the Smoky Mountains. The terrain is ever changing and the scenery is beautiful. Now this is starting to remind me a lot of what the AT looks like coming off Klingman's Dome. This is wild. Guess that's the water storage for the lodge. The lodge was pretty busy, so I didn't bother stopping. There is some other things I want to see less than a mile from here, so we're gonna see if we can come on up here and find a spot that's maybe not as busy, rest for 30-40 minutes, and then maybe explore the lodge a little more on the way back. This is called the Cliff Tops Trail, and it should end up here at the top of the bluffs that I walked under earlier. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a magnificent view, but I could be wrong. sometimes you just need to hike a little to find a secluded spot on your own. That's what I did. And I got this beautiful view for lunch. This is behind me. Mount LeConte shelter. Still rocking old bear cables. Been there, done that. Putting the tarps up to block the wind. This is the summit of Mount LeConte. Kind of anticlimactic to be the second tallest in the Smokies over here on the Tennessee side with all the views around. People who's written on rocks and stuff. It's pretty cool. 10-2-24. Seen a painted one. I know a lot of people don't like it, don't really care. I think it's kind of cool. What is this one? Post on Facebook, Louisville Rocks. Orange, you glad you found me. Well, I'll take a picture of that. All right, on to Myrtle Point. Made it back to LeConte Lodge. Looks extremely busy. Alright, I said earlier that I would swing back into the LeConte Lodge and kind of check it out, but I think everybody has congregated there. There was a lot of people there. I don't want to deal with all those people. Come out in the woods to get away from people. Anyways, we're making time back down the trail now. Gonna get back down in the parking lot. Shouldn't be too bad. Everything from here on out is pretty much all downhill, so we'll see how my knee holds up. Old knees are screaming. Probably should have stopped and put the brace on. I'm trying to wait till I get back at the car. The amount of people. Alright, shoes changed, snacks laid out. I've already been snacking. Got some water, a couple bottles laying around that we're going to drink on the way back home, try to rehydrate. Ended up being 11.99 miles, almost 12 exactly. Might as well call it 12. And something like 2,600 feet ascent, I think, or 2,900 feet ascent. I looked at it a while ago, I already forgot.
Anyways, overall thoughts on the trail is I probably shouldn't have picked this trail to be my first trail for the season, but it is what it is. We got it done. I think the trail is very overhyped. Don't get me wrong, the Lodge, the Rock, Myrtle Point, I mean, there's a bunch of good views, but I really don't understand what the hype is and why there's 9,000 people here. I've been to other places with just as good of views that are nowhere near as busy, so I'm not sure what the hype is. Would I come back? Yeah, I would. I'd like to come back. Maybe next time get a permit and do an overnighter or something. Eventually, I'll bring the wife and kids up here too. But I don't know. For the amount of people that's here, the trail's way overhyped. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for following along. Catch you on the next one.